Hello and welcome to this actual play game of Stargate the RPG, a new RPG that has just recently on Kickstarter by Wyvern Gaming and will be releasing to friendly local game stores around the country and online this coming summer. My name is Rob McPherson. I'm going to be the gate master for this evening's gameplay, and without further ado, I'd like to introduce my players.
Hello, my name is Zach Skovish. I'll be playing the Aturan medic named Kai, or short for Chiron.
And I'm Rocco. I'll be playing the Jaffa soldier Spud.
Oh, I was expecting a little more.
No, that's it.
I'm Tom. I'm going to be playing the scientist Hroya, known as Herb. This is where I'm going to screw this up. Monarch. So yes.
All right. So, diving right in. The three of you were ambushed by a Jaffa squad as you were coming back through the gate. The fire was going all around you. You were firing back on the enemy. And the last thing, Spud, you see as you are backing your way through the gate, always the last back through to safety, is you see your scout, your friend Oringo, fall to a shot that you couldn't exactly pinpoint, but he collapsed just as you passed the event horizon. As soon as you passed through with the amount of fire coming through the gate, the decision was made and the iris slams shut and an eerie silence falls over you, except for the sound of the klaxon at Phoenix Base, where you've returned to after a mission supposedly going to be a nice, easy, routine patrol mission, but ended horribly wrong. Down one team member. What would you like to do?
Well, I
Is
suppose we can't go back.
is everyone safe, or is I see Herb, I see Spud, but where's Ringo?
He didn't make it.
I'm going to like stand up as I was probably hands on my thighs, bent over, deep breathing, and just look around for the guy that they just mentioned is missing.
What do you mean he didn't make it?
He got hit. He didn't make it to the gate. It closed.
He was in front of you, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's the scout. He should be in front of everyone. Why was he the last one through?
I don't know. It was happening fast. He got hit. I saw that much.
As you guys are having this conversation, the soldiers around the gate who still have their weapons readied and aimed at the iris as you hear the gate power down. The doors open up and General Lawyer strides in. Welcome back. What happened?
Things went bad.
So I can see.
We unfortunately, Ringo was left behind. I think we need to go back and grab him.
Was he alive?
He
I
should
turned
be.
to Spud.
He was hit, but it was a stun blast, I believe. He's probably a prisoner or something.
Report to medbay, get checked out, and then meet for debriefing as soon as you're cleared. We'll sort this out.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So you guys head to the medbay, and after an excruciating 10, 20 minutes of getting poked and prodded, which I'm sure you all just absolutely adore, you are all cleared back for a line of duty, and you can feel free to make your way back to the briefing room to move forward.
I definitely want to try to grab some more med supplies while I'm at the med bay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead of going through supplies and logistics, just taking it where it is.
Sure. So you go ahead and you just kind of as they're looking the other direction, you're like, oh, bandages.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Just kind of refilling your bags around your waist as you go. They're used to it at this point.
Perfect.
You've been here for a few years, so. Anyone else want to do anything before you head back into the briefing room?
Not that I can think of.
All right, so about an hour after you guys made it back through the gate, you find yourself in the briefing room, cleaned up, change of clothes, and General walks back in. So, from what we can tell from your report and from the reports of the scientists, everything was going as normal as per the last 3 times we were on world, and then a Jaffa patrol comes out of nowhere. Am I missing anything?
No, that's about it, PK.
So, you are authorized to return through the gate and investigate. I have been informed that the ruins there are of top priority. We do want to resecure them. It is believed that they possibly contain ancient artifacts that we definitely don't want falling into the system lord's hands. What do you recommend? What do you need?
I mean, you know me, I'm definitely preferable to the more diplomatic approach, but I don't think we can do that now. I don't think sending a medic, a scientist, and 1 soldier through is going to be enough. We need to send in a full squadron.
Exactly.
Were the
Well,
town people involved in this assault, or was it? Were you betrayed from the ground level? Were they involved at all?
If I may, I would actually like to at least see how the people are. That might tell us how they knew to attack. If you catch my drift.
That sounds reasonable. So I think if I send an additional squad of Marines to back you up, that should be sufficient. We'll send a mouth through to make sure the zone is clear before sending you back through, of course.
I appreciate that.
Sounds reasonable to me.
We will dial the gate in 30 minutes and determine whether or not it is safe to proceed with this mission.
Can we have a transport on standby in case we find a Ringo in a condition which we can't carry him back to the gate?
Absolutely. It'll be standing by and ready to go. If all goes well with the MALP, we'll send it through, so it'll be waiting for you on your side.
Thank you.
Excellent.
All right, so you guys now have about a half hour before mission go where you can go ahead and you can requisition some extra gear if you would like. This is not going to be a huge loadout mission. You're not able to get a lot going for you, but you do have enough time that you can requisition some other sidearms, ammunition, etc. So if there's anything that comes to mind in terms of that you would like to...
We're otherwise fully stocked, correct? Like with our current loadout?
Yes, whatever is on your sheet you have. So this is going to be what's considered a 1 prep mission, which is you're responding to an immediate condition through the Stargate, and you have time to assemble your basic kit, which you can also swap things out in your basic kit. So whatever you have on your sheet right now, you can use either those or you can swap them out with something equivalent thereof.
Okay.
I assume that a P90 is not a common weapon.
Actually, a P90 is a very common weapon. It is the standard long arm of Phoenix Sight. So if you like,
I mean, as far as like proficiencies.
Oh, proficiencies. It is a, I believe that is a long arm, which, stand by, let me find out for you to be precise. So what are you proficient in? Common?
Common and sidearms.
No, it is a long arm, so it would
That's
not.
what I thought. Okay.
Yep, you would not qualify for it, unfortunately.
Cool.
Outbreak kit, I'm assuming, is more for like disease outbreak, not anything.
Correct.
Okay. I'm good then. I don't think I need to get anything else at this point. I've got my med kit. I've got my 3 weapons.
Sure.
Is a grenade a common weapon?
A grenade is not a common weapon. What is it? A grenade is a thing unto itself.
I was about to say it's probably grenade class, but
Yep, it is grenade class. You are correct.
cool.
Are there any like concussive grenades, like a flashbang or anything like that, or is that also just considered grenade?
There is a flashbang, yes, but it is still considered a grenade.
Okay.
Taser?
There is no standard taser. There is the Zatnikatel.
But I don't believe they'll give us one of those.
You could ask.
No, that was the last character's goal, was to get a Zat gun. I mean, I'll request 2 more bricks just in case.
Sure, that was granted to you. So you have 4 bricks of C4 on you now.
Cool.
Excellent. So
Yeah.
time passes and the mission starts up. The gate starts spinning and dialing, and the wormhole establishes, and the map kind of trundles its on through. It takes a moment, and then the video feed pops up. And as you look at the video feed, you notice that it's not only is it safe on the other side, there doesn't appear to be anybody who is waiting for you, but the field looks completely empty. Completely clear. In fact, you can't see any even signs of battle per se. It's a little hard to tell on the map, but that's your impressions.
I'm gonna try to just like turn the camera a little bit and see like if there's any I don't know if it would be like plasma scoring or anything like that from the Jaffa weapon or anything.
Oh, good call. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Cool. How'd I do?
I'd say
22. Yeah, not bad at all.
Nice. Okay, I'll take it.
That'd be a natural 20 you just rolled. So, so yeah, you do. You happen to turn it in just the right way, and kind of about the angles and everything you're looking for, and you do see some plasma scoring along it that does look fairly fresh.
Okay. All right. So
Are we able to do like a full 360 around the gate to make sure they're not like hiding behind the camera kind of thing?
Yeah, so you requisition that, and so the map kind of like goes down the ramp, and it takes its time. I mean, this is not a fast vehicle, so it does spend a couple of minutes, and it does a full circuit, and no, it does not appear like there's anyone else around.
Okay.
I just have this really funny image in my head of like the Malp camera slowly moving and just like a
Jaffa
brigade
slowly.
of Jaffa just like sorry.
All right, so the general turns and looks at you three, and he's like, "You have a go." And the 4 Marines that are backing you up just kind of shoulder and look to you, and they trot through first.
Usually where we send a Ringo, but I'll take the 4 Marines going forward. Okay.
I guess I'll take middle again, like normal.
I'm
you
going to
mean
stay in the back, just in case someone gets hurt.
That's fair. I'll take point then.
Sure. So you head through the gate, and you feel the familiar cold sensation as you pass through the wormhole event horizon, and you step out onto the platform at P3X492, and it is quiet. The Marines have fanned out around the gate and have scanned the area, and there does not appear to be anything.
Is it like abnormally quiet or just...
No, you can hear some noises of like birds and such in the background.
Okay.
So as I'm kind of looking around, does it look like people have tried to like hide the scars of battle, or does it just kind of look like it was a small like skirmish that didn't really like impact anything very much?
That's a great question. I'm going to have you roll me a either survival or investigation.
I will take investigation, please.
17. So you spend some time kind of like, doing your scientisty thing where you're like picking up blades of grass and like turning it over. And it's hard to tell exactly, but after a while you do get a sense that like you find you find some bullet casings, but they're like under a pile of leaves. and you find like a furrow in the earth that's a little bit burnt, but there's fresh grass kind of like laid over it.
So it looks like it was done quickly then.
It does look like, yeah, it definitely does look like it was done quickly.
Okay.
I think I want to suggest going to the Emu village and just seeing if we can meet with the people. How much time were we on planet before?
You were on planet for approximately 6 hours before the events happened. There have been 3 other long-term encounters with the Emu before, so you are familiar with the people. They're not strangers to you.
Okay, so I figure at this point I would have a relationship with the town doctor.
Sure.
I want to meet with them and see if they've had anyone brought in who was injured as like collateral damage or anything like that, or if there's any signs of any kind of battle damage.
So her name is Moda.
Okay.
And she has a home on the kind of like not the outskirts of town, but also not like directly in the city square.
Okay. I want to go
what's
meet with
the-
Moda.
I was just curious what the I hate to say it this way, but like, what's the base civilization that this system is kind of like core to? If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, no, I understand what you mean. It is a human civilization.
Right, and like with like Crete or like.
Oh,
Roman.
I'm sorry. I get you.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more modern than those. It's kind of like in the colonial era. They are.
Okay, and so they would be like descendant from like Grecian then, or
Yeah, that seems to be about where they are. Yes.
Are they still like using the humoral system of medicine? What are we looking at here with this doctor?
Yeah, no, it's not modern medicine of any sort.
Cool,
it's
cool,
herbal healing, and yes, yeah.
So I definitely probably wanted to spend time like teaching because
Sure.
one of my backgrounds is as a teacher. So
Absolutely.
okay, so that's my. I want what you guys want to do, but I want to go meet with the doctor, see if there's any signs of anyone getting injured and collateral damage.
well, I doubt they would have taken them to the town. I mean, this looks like it's been cleaned up fairly quickly, mind you, but
My thought process is more if the Jaffa were out and there was someone outside of the village who might have gotten caught in the crossfire of some kind, or like any evidence of the fact that there was something going on.
that sounds as good as any lead.
Chances are somebody saw something.
Yeah.
All right.
Or they're missing. Not to be a downer, but
So you start headed towards the town. It's about a half hour's walk away from the gate. Are you bringing the Marine escort with you, or are you leaving them to guard the gate? What's your plan?
You said it was 4 Marines?
4 Marines, correct.
I say 2 and 2.
Excellent. Splitting the party. Love it.
yeah, I mean, I would almost want to put them just on the gate just to like make sure that they're not, like
Intimidating or
well, that, and also so that this way, if somebody attacks the gate or like starts to lay an ambush, they might see it. But I mean,
right. That makes sense, actually. Have we closed the Iris back to Phoenix, or?
The gate is disengaged at this point. So.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I say, let's leave the Marines there, and we'll head to the town.
All right, so Sergeant Simmons salutes, and they set up a base around the Stargate, just kind of on patrol there, and you head off towards the town. About a half hour later, you approach it, and it is, it's the town just as you remember it. Doesn't seem to be any more or less energetic than you remember it. There's people moving through the streets. There's a little market going on. Just the normal hustle and bustle of everyday life.
I think I want to have a little aside with everyone and just go over, like, are we going to tell them that Jaffa had ambushed us, or should we keep that quiet if they don't already know?
I don't think they know.
Right,
I mean, these are people that were formerly under a system lord, right? And if the Jaffa just suddenly showed up, you'd think they'd be more panicking, right?
I would assume so. I don't know if we want to keep it hidden to not incite riots or panic, or
what would I know about these people? I hate to say it this way, but like about these people, like culturally, like would telling them that like, hey, like the army of your former like overlord is back, like send them into like a panic, or would they all like kind of rally like with us?
That's an awesome question, and actually, that's something that this system can cover. I'm just going to pull up the ruling on it just to be 100% certain on it. So that would be you're looking to check out the disposition of the people. So give me a, let's see, wisdom check. So I believe a history check is wisdom, right?
Is there a help action
Int.
in this system, or
I'll take
that's int.
culture if that's good.
Yes, culture would be perfect for it.
Okay.
There is a help action. Yes. Are you proficient in culture?
that's a
Kai?
good question. I do not have a proficiency in culture now.
All right. So with a, oh, it's okay. He
Close
got
enough. Yeah,
he got a measly 23.
that's nothing.
This is the best I have ever rolled in any game. Like, I just want to say for the last game we played, I could not roll above a 10 to save my life, and now like
You're the only one to roll so far, so we're just gonna let you keep rolling.
Yeah, I'm afraid to roll. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
get 3 ones in a row or something.
So you know them well enough to know that. I mean, everyone gets intimidated by the Jaffa, the system lords. Nobody is comfortable around them. It has been several generations since there was a presence of Ares on planet. So it would depend on how you approach it. I guess would be my best answer. Just the mention of them will probably not send them into a flat out panic unless you literally like walk up to them and be like, "Hey, I just saw Jaffa shooting someone." That's probably not the approach to take.
so like Jaffa are kind of like a distant memory to these people, and like kind of saying like, hey, the Jaffa back is not going to like spark a militia. Or,
Yeah.
like,
So
okay,
you
gotcha.
notice like some people were commenting like over Spud when you guys were in town last as a Jaffa, but no one was like freaking out and running away from him. It was just kind of like I've seen that in books type of thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll kind of relay that to the party, just kind of saying like, well, I mean, the Jaffa are basically one step away from legend for them. So I mean, like, some of these people's grandparents might remember like the Jaffa, so it's not going to sway them one way or the other.
Okay, so I think when we speak with the doctor, I think we'll tell her what we've seen, but I don't want to go around to the streets and just relay it to everyone if we don't have to.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
So I think I'm going to head towards the Tomoda's house.
Perfect. So you find her in her house, which is kind of like a house and clinic all in one. She lives upstairs from it, and there's like the separate room off to the side, and she is in that separate room just tending to a couple of people. Nothing major, like you got a kid who has a scraped knee and an older gentleman who's sitting off to the side complaining about his stomach ache.
I think I'm going to go in and assist in seeing patients with her while just kind of expedite the process so we can get her alone.
Sure. So as soon as you just kind of go in and you just start naturally just helping, she gives you a nod and a smile and just keeps going about her business, and that's the only thing that she kind of recognizes you. It's about 20 minutes. The older gentleman, which one do you approach? Do you approach the kid with the skinned knee or the older gentleman?
Probably if she's not working on one yet, I'll go to the kid because I think at this point I've realized that children are much more open to seeing an Aturan come approach them rather than someone who's used to just basic humans. So
yeah, you go ahead, you can go up and you just start treating the wound, and he just the hardest time you have is to stop the kid from like kicking his feet as he's sitting on the edge of the bench. But you get him patched up, and by the time you get him patched up, you've heard the voices on the other side of the room rise a couple of times and then get talked back down, and she's shooing him out of the room as you finish up as well.
okay.
Welcome back, Kai.
Moda, how are you?
Oh, these old bones.
I offered that salve that would help with that pain, but
Yes, but age comes and does what it will, yes?
that is correct.
So, the ruins seem to not hold your interest for long today, eh?
About that, they were quite astounding, actually.
Ah,
However,
interesting.
yes, while we were returning, um, you've heard of the Jaffa, yes? Besides just Spud himself, correct?
Of course, yes. Old legends speak of the Jafar and their enslavement of our people.
Yes, and as I'm sure you're aware, and over time you've learned, they themselves are forms of slaves. But there was a group of them that approached us as we were returning from the ruins today.
Approached you. Yeah?
Yes, not outside of the village, maybe half an hour's walk from here.
Hmm. Interesting. I have not in my life have we seen Jafar.
Have you had anyone come in besides these two today that might have presented with more traumatic injuries of any kind?
Or anyone missing? I'm just gonna like interject.
Oh, hello, Herb. I didn't even notice you sitting over there.
Okay.
No, not that I have heard, but perhaps the council will best have these answers. I've been tending to my shop all day.
Hmm. Okay. Um. Okay, Moda. I believe that's all we need at this time. If you want to, if you hear anything, please let me know next time I see you. I'm looking for any information you might have available.
Absolutely. So yeah, you head out of Moda's space. She has pointed you on towards the council.
Now, what's our relation with the council at this point? You said we've known the people, but have we worked with the council at all?
You
or-
have had to you personally have not had to negotiate with the council, but the Phoenix site has negotiated with the council for access to the ruins.
Okay.
So there is a business relationship in place.
And they probably know our names as people that would be allowed into the ruins, kind of thing.
I mean, they know your credentials.
Okay.
They don't have like a guest list.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So there was nobody missing, and nobody else came in with like burns or anything.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
So you do know that the council names, there is Maria, Jal, Liar, Tech, and Tall.
Tech and Tall.
Yep.
So there's Jaw and Tall. Okay. It's gonna be very hard not to make a joke about that. I vote we go speak with the council. Moda believes that they would have more information, and other than going back to the ruins, which I feel is inevitable at this point, at least we should gather some more information before we do so.
Well, I mean, nobody seems to be missing. Nobody seems to have come in with wounds. So
That makes me believe the ruins is what the Jaffa were protecting in the first place.
I'm actually prone to agree. But then the other question is, how did the Jaffa, like, well, okay, I suppose I have two questions really, which is why now, and how did they know when to strike us? I mean, we can't exactly write off the possibility that somebody here is feeding the Jaffa information, although I'm not sure how.
There might be a form of sleeper agent in the village, or if they were protecting the ruins, I don't believe anyone's been in there recently besides ourselves. So maybe we tripped something there to let them know.
You think there's like some sort of booby trap up there?
Either that or they had an agent watching.
Which the only place that they could have an agent would be here somewhere.
Right.
Which, if that's the case, do you think talking to the council might tip them off and lead to another ambush?
It might.
I'm gonna just check with my TACCOM on the Marines and just like just make sure they're okay. Like, hey, like status report, like town seems okay.
All quiet here.
All right, let us know if it changes.
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry, Spud. That's probably your job.
Yes, I probably would have been doing that, but
You just like talking on the microphone. It's fine.
yeah. You're asking to use mine.
Hey, Spud, can I borrow your microphone real fast? I
Just
need to,
reaching onto your shoulder and like, hey, I'm just gonna talk real quick. It's
just make it quick.
Yeah, thanks.
So what's
so, yeah,
you guys gonna go see the council, or are you gonna head to the ruins, or?
we actually probably should go speak with the council first, because at the very least, they deserve to know that the Jaffa might be returning, and they deserve to set up a resistance, much like their forebears did.
what do we
Right.
know about this village? Do they have any kind of militia or anything?
Kind of like a town watch type thing. Nothing set in stone. There's not many dangers. Like there's no other towns that attack them or anything like that. It's not a militarized state. There's like a small. I hesitate to even call it a police force, but like there's like a sheriff type position.
How did they cast off the shackles of Ares?
It's a
that
great
something we know?
question. Roll me. Why doesn't each of you just roll me a basic intelligence check to see if any of you would have talked to? Because you did not initiate contact with these people. Yeah, so
Cool, I
Kai.
got the lowest.
So Kai, you had thought to kind of just like in passing, either you asked Moda about it or you asked one of the historians who had come into town, setting up contact, and it's steeped in myth and folklore at this point, even though it's only a few generations ago, but it almost played out as a peasant uprising where they managed to just kick out the small force that was holding control over them, and the best that you can figure out is that no one cared enough to send anyone back. It didn't seem like it was a huge fight. Like in all the legends that they tell, of course it's huge, but like the best you can tell, it's like this gaggle of people with pitchforks killed the 6 Jaffa that were stationed here, and no one got sent back.
Right. I almost feel like I learned this by talking to patients as I was seeing them in Moda's clinic.
Yeah,
Just like,
yeah, absolutely.
It's all just lip service.
Yeah.
Okay. So it doesn't seem as this outpost was overly important to Ares. However, clearly there's something that we did that tipped them off.
Well, actually, from what it sounds like the people weren't important to Ares.
So it's the ruins then.
If we're assuming that they're here because there's something here they want,
Unless
it's
they never
probably
left.
the ruins. That's ooh.
Maybe they're running this village as more of a shadow organization, and they just never left to begin with.
I mean, that comes with it its own horrific conclusions, but yeah.
I almost wonder if talking to the council is now not a good idea. Tipping them off any more than they already have been might be spelling danger for.
Well, I mean, if any of us were good at lying, I would almost say we could go up there and tell them that, we came back to say or do something, and that now we're leaving. But I'm not sure how that would actually come across.
Do we really have a strong reason to believe that we're going to get the information that we need from talking to them? Because otherwise, and if we're concerned about where the information we give them goes, then maybe it isn't worth it.
I don't think we have a strong reason to talk to them, but maybe going to talk to them to maybe get more background into the ruins. I could, and it wouldn't be necessarily a lie to say that I'm trying to learn it to teach others and write a history.
That's true.
I spend my time teaching. It would be within my purview to learn their history if they know it. And as the council, I imagine they know more than most.
So as you're having this conversation and kind of debating your next steps, and I imagine you're just like in an alley, you're just kind of keeping to yourselves a bit as you're having this conversation. The radio static crackles, and you hear, "Sir, the general has dialed in looking for a status update."
Tell PK we're working on it.
I'm gonna word it differently from that, and I'm pretty sure he wants a little bit more than that.
Kai's never understood the like,
Get,
U.S. military hierarchy.
can I speak to anyone else?
Just tell them we're following up with the lead in town.
Yes,
We
sir.
know something.
Also, tell them that the town seems to be unaffected as of yet.
So there's a moment of silence. All right. Copy that. Any update on whereabouts of your team member?
Well, not yet. That's what we're trying to find out. But as far as we know, there haven't been any other attacks other than what we suffered. So town's still intact for now.
Noted. General says he will check back in 4 hours' time unless you need a sooner update.
Copy.
I know we all have attack on, but I still imagine we're all just reaching into spuds and talking into it.
Yeah.
I actually imagine it's not so much that I like reach toward it, but like every time like he clicks it, I just like hold my hand up as if they can see me, and then just like yell a little bit into like the mic, like.
Kai definitely speaks a little too loud into it, just not quite sure how it's working.
Yeah.
And somehow Spud is babysitting us, like.
Correct.
Yes, Spud, I feel like you've been with Phoenix team for about 2 years now, and they've been here for about 18 months, and you feel like you've been here for 10 years. They've been here for a million years.
Nice.
I wonder, like, I don't have much information on the Turin, like, history, genealogy, anything like that, but the Nox lived for like 400 years. So I wonder if I'm like, that's the similar thing.
That's a great question. No, the Aturans are fully human, so they do not
Okay.
share the Nox's lifespan.
So I imagine Kai is only like early 20s. Like, he has not learned much about life, and he's just learning about technology now.
Right. Yeah. No, there's a lot of good lore about all the playable races. It's fun to dig into. So what's your plan? You've got the ruins that you can head over to. You can go speak to the council. Those are the two big things I think you've talked about so far.
I think I definitely want to request an audience with the council just to phrase it as me trying to learn their history. They know we're here to look at their ruins. We might as well ask them about the history of their most recent civilization.
Sure. Any opposition?
No, we can spend some time doing that, but after that, I think we.
Yeah, I think at max, like under an hour, I want to spend there.
Well, I'm gonna kind of like just look at my watch and say like, well, it's been about 2.5 hours since Ringo was taken.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to necessarily put us on a clock here, but every moment we spend doing something is a moment his life is in further danger.
I agree, but if there's something we can find out about the ruins that might make it a little safer for us to check them out ourselves, then we should do that as quickly as possible.
All right, so you're headed over towards the council building now? So it's a large building in the center of town, much like most council buildings that you've experienced on various planets. And as you step inside, there is a clerk in the back, and there is the 5 council members sitting up behind their main table. And it appears that they are actually seeing people over different issues throughout the town at this moment. Can I get what are your passive perceptions?
Uh,
10 plus your perception skill if
yeah,
you.
just
Uh,
10.
12.
13.
Oh,
Never mind.
Um, I think I'm gonna approach the council. I'm gonna ask you guys to stay behind, like not go into their chamber all the way. And I'm going to leave my dart gun and my shotgun with you. So it
So
looks as though I'm
So what
unarmed.
this looks like is the doors open and you guys step into the main room, and then Kai reaches in, pulls out two different guns, hands them to the teammate, and starts walking forward.
Pretty much. I think I'd do it outside of the building just so it
Okay,
doesn't
fair
look
enough.
too
All right.
suspicious. But I want to approach them without like firearms visible on me, so they don't
Sure.
think I'm like storming the castle kind of thing.
Sure. So as you approach, they are in the middle of speaking to someone. Right now, it appears to be some sort of land dispute that they are handling.
I will wait my turn.
You'll wait your turn.
Respectfully.
All right. So you wait your turn. They go through another one or two people before you, before someone finally looks in your direction. Yes, the representative from Phoenix, from the Tauri, yes?
Yes, council member. I apologize. I do not know your names to your faces.
I am Maria.
Yes, Councilmember Maria. I coming here. As you know, we were visiting your ruins recently. You're doing a little bit of research there, and I'm coming to see if anyone from the council has knowledge of just basic history of your civilization. I'm trying to expand upon our knowledge so that we may be able to learn more from you and teach and help each other out somehow.
We are not here to be your library. We are here to solve issues.
My issue is a lack of knowledge.
There is a library in town for that, then. This is an older man in some robes and long grizzly beard, and he's kind of slouched into his chair, and he doesn't even look at you as he's complaining. He seems fairly disgruntled. You're not sure if that's just his life state or what.
I think it's gonna be hard because I don't know them, but if I can try to bring up this subject of Ares and how they broke their shackles, as we said before,
Sure.
can I do insight checks onto them all to see how they all react to it?
Sure. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go into, and Spud and Herb, you guys, I know you're in the back of the chamber right now, but you are able to participate this as it comes to it. We're going to go ahead and do a type of encounter, a plot mechanic type of encounter where we are going to use determination points to determine how this goes.
Okay.
All right. So this will not require a moxie roll, but we will go ahead. So we're going to go into the first phase now. So Spud and Herb, are you going to step into this first round, or are you going to let Kai take control this first phase?
so question about that. So
Yes, please.
if I don't buy in, it just means that I'm not going to actively do anything this round, right? So
Correct. Yes,
I
you
can
can't.
I can still do like insight checks, or I just can't manipulate them.
You can do insight checks. It's not going to get you nearly as much information because you're not actively participating.
Okay, I'll bid in then.
Okay, you will bid in? How about you, Spud?
I guess I will.
All right.
Why not?
So that's going to be a determination point for each of you on the table. And so what I'm going to ask you, Kai, we're just going to start off with basic broad strokes. Are you attempting a logical approach to this, a sympathetic approach to this, or a charming approach to this?
To me, asking them about the history.
Yeah, so like how are you going about doing it? Are you trying to approach this from a logical standpoint in terms of this is why you need to know because A slots into B slots into C? Are you trying to appease to this grumpy old man and prove to them that you're trying to be one of them, or are you just trying to kind of like schmooze with them a little bit and kind of get them off the actual topic but get you the information anyways?
I think what I'll do is, seeing this old man interject as he did, I want to try to play into his ego and see if I can get him to, because is he one of the older ones of the council? Or?
He is one of the older ones of the council. Yes.
Okay,
You
so
you can't be 100% sure, but based on what you've heard, you believe this is likely tech.
Okay, so I want to see if I can appease to his ego and try to convince him that he knows more than the library.
Noted. Cool. And then and you guys are just going to kind of silently standing. You've come forward a little bit just to kind of like participate without really participating, but you're not going to interject anything just yet?
Not yet. I want to see the reaction of, you said tech, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. So Kai, go ahead and roll me a, let me just see. I think it's just going to be a generic charisma check, but I might be able to get you something. Yeah, let's go with charisma, because I would have said persuasion, but for you, that's the exact same thing.
I'll take it.
All right, and 18, excellent. So he what do you want to say? How you gonna do this?
I looked at him and I say, I assume you are the esteemed Councilman Tech. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, if rumors are correct, I've heard you know many things. You have much experience in all things to do with this village. I understand the library exists, but I imagine you would know more than any book that's been written out there.
Whether or not that's true doesn't actually change the fact that my job is not to school you, child. It is to do my job on the council here without these constant interruptions from your people. And Spud and Herb, you can roll insight checks if you'd like, because you are actively observing.
Yes, please.
I'll take a 21.
Yeah.
You gather that so he's very clearly annoyed, which is not anything he's hiding, but the way that he kind of spits out you people, he is not very happy with the fact that there are outsiders in his town.
Okay.
And Kai, just so you know, that was a success for you, and Herb, that was a success for you, and Spud, you just kind of cruised along, so that's fine. So you guys do not lose determination points this round.
Sweet.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna bid 2 for this one as well, because it goes up by 1, right?
Yep. So the second
Okay.
phase, it's going to be 2 determination points to stay in, which I believe you all have access to 2 at least. So how are you going to? What's your next step? We don't have to break it down so much this time. Just to Kai, we'll start with you.
I want to look to the other two and see, kind of give them that look of like, should we tell them?
When he does that, I'm gonna kind of like step up and be and kind of say, well, this is a matter of more importance than we're trying to let on. As he kind of stumbles over his words a little, we were attacked, and we think it has something to do with the history of your people, and we're trying to figure that out. But
Attacked, you say? Who attacked you? We can get the constable on it if you need.
There's a Jaffa presence on the planet again. The Goa'uld are back.
That is impossible. Foolishness. And the 5 council members just kind of fall into their own varying measures of calling you fools and everything.
I can show you the battleground where we fought. I can show you the signs of their weapons and where ours were.
You have their weapons among you. You have your own weapons. You're just trying to get more access to our lands.
Are you implying that we attacked our own people?
I see no
Missing.
proof. I see no proof of anyone missing or anything. You could have staged the whole thing in order to gain more access and get more out of us for
that
nothing.
Someone is missing. They're not here. That's proof enough.
They could
You
be.
know that there
They
was
could
4
be
of us
back
that
on
won.
your world. The gate was activated.
And how would you know that?
We have our own eyes. We are not as primitive as you think.
You mind telling us a little more about those eyes?
I do, in fact, mind telling you.
I'm immediately suspicious.
Want to roll an insight check?
Yeah, I do.
Did
we notice any locals out there when we were getting attacked?
Like out on the actual battlefield?
Yeah.
Nope. 15. You find it likely that they definitely have scouts. Yes, something about the way he's saying things. Yeah, your suspicions are not unfounded.
Wait, if you have your own eyes, then you would have seen the attack.
You would have seen the attack when the gate was activated.
Yeah. You would have seen one of our members get shot and potentially dragged away.
Go ahead and roll me, Herb, keep clicking on the wrong part. Roll me a Oh, that's not good for you.
No,
Oh, that's not good
persuasion.
for you,
Yeah,
right?
no.
Yeah. It's gonna be either a persuasion. Yeah, it's gonna be a persuasion. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Oh wait, hold on. I have a thing for this. Hold on.
Oh yes, you do.
I think I have advantage.
So here's. Third level you had. At third level, you add half your proficiency rounded down to any ability check you make that doesn't already include your proficiency bonus. Oh, you're the bard.
Yeah, I am.
So you can add half your proficiency bonus to this check, which I think brings it up to a straight roll.
It is, yeah. It's a shame I don't have any Eureka. Oh, did I get a Eureka point for the thing earlier? The culture check that I got the 13 on, or no?
Oh, that's right. You did a culture check you failed at, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Good reminder.
Thank you. So yeah, I'll just do a straight charisma. Sorry, actually just a straight roll. So let me just. I mean, it's average.
So you kind of hurl the accusation back at him, and he just looks at you. I wasn't aware that I was the one being questioned here.
Well, I'm just saying. You said you have eyes. You said you saw that the gate was opened when we left.
We don't mean to accuse you at all. We've lost a friend and we're trying to figure out where they've gone, and you seem to have more information, or it appears as though you have more information than you're letting on, but I'm not accusing you.
You'll have to forgive Tech. He's a bit grumpy when these meetings go on for the longer than he plans on. And Jal, the other councilman on the council, kind of glares at me, looks back at you. We do not have constant eyes on the portal. We did witness and have reports of you returning just about, an hour ago at this point?
That's
Okay.
it? Nothing else?
I don't know what you are looking for. I apologize.
Can we-
I am not making the same accusations, but all I can say is that our town, we have no evidence of an attack, nor do we know where your party member may or may not be.
If we find evidence to the contrary, it's going to be a pretty bad look. You
I'm going
understand
to
that,
like
Roll me an intimidation check, Spud.
Certainly. 20.
Oh Jesus!
Everyone, roll me a free insight check. Herb, you did lose those 2 determination points, by the way, that you wagered this round.
Okay,
just
cool.
so you know.
Yeah.
Did I lose them as well?
I don't remember what you rolled at this point.
I don't think he did. Actually.
I didn't roll, actually.
So no.
Cool.
All right. So Herb and Spud, you see nothing.
Mm.
Kai, when Spud makes this threat, Tech and a woman who has been very quiet, a taller, thin woman, share a glance with each other, and then kind of just sit back in their chairs and very clearly put a mask on. Not like a physical mask, like a like a diplomatic mask.
So far, I've
yes.
written tech, old man, sus, and then circled sus. So we're doing well.
So we throwing him at the airlock? Is that the plan, or?
And you said Jal was the man who spoke to us before, or was it Tall?
Jal.
And we know Mariah was female, correct?
Maria is female, yes.
Mariah, okay. So we don't know which one is liar and which one's tall.
Correct.
May I ask, I have gotten names from 3 of the 5 of you. Ma'am and sir, what are your names? I turn to the remaining 2.
They are both women, just so you know.
Ma'am and ma'am, I apologize.
No worries. It's almost like they aren't sitting in front of you in reality or something.
Weird.
So the woman who kind of just sat back and shared the glance with Tech looks at you and she's like, I am Councilwoman Liar. And the other one introduces herself as Councilwoman Tall.
Okay. So liar and tech are the ones that are suspicious. Thank you for that. I believe we will go about our ways and go to the library's suggestions. I apologize for wasting your time, Councilman Tech.
I'm gonna
He just kind of looks at you.
I'm gonna do whatever culturally is appropriate to signify that my exchange with them is done. Whether that's bowing or
Sure. Sorry, I'm just going ahead
doing
and
a
checking
curtsy.
to see, since we are ending this encounter. Yeah. So as you go to leave, Jal catches your eye, Kai,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of does one of the nods his head off to the side, and you just see very subtly on the desk him just lift a hand up, gesturing 5. And then he turns to everyone else and is like, well, I think that is our business for the day, yes? Shall we conclude the meeting and get me home for dinner? And the council starts to wrap up as you exit the council building.
Is there a alley of some kind or something nearby that I can kind of slip into?
There is.
Okay, I'm going to turn to these 2 and the councilman gestured. Let's wait for them here. And I kind of want to try to blend into the surroundings,
Sure.
but be in the alleyway.
Sure. So after a few moments, a door actually opens behind you in the alleyway, and Jal steps out and closes the door securely behind him. And he looks around. And he's like, "Yes, I do apologize again for Tech in that. He's a curmudgeon to say the least. Yes.
It's not your fault. I appreciate that, though.
I do not hope. I hope I do not get your hopes up too much. I do not know anything about your friend. All I wanted to say to you was that it would not surprise me if a presence of Jafar were on this planet. I overheard Tech and Liar speaking several months ago. It appears they are of an old sect who worshipped the false god and wishes their return.
Do you have that on good authority, or is that just on hearsay?
It is just hearsay, I am afraid. I mean, the sect of fanatics is well known, but none of their identities is known, or else I would have had them expelled immediately, of course. I do not know how they could bring this about. For the past generations, it has been considered a harmless, crazy cult, as it were, yes?
Yes. What did Tech mean when he said that you aren't as primitive as you seem?
Uh, I cannot speak specifically to that. I think he doesn't like when the way that some of your people have looked down at him, you with your fancy, and he kind of just gestures at your the comm link and your like your technology.
Do you want to try it? It's a lot of fun. I'm still learning myself.
No, no, thank you, thank you. I am not so easily impressed as some of our others.
I tell you, Spud does not mind if you just talk into his shoulder. It's totally fine.
I will pass, but thank you.
Hmm.
I will say that Tech was the one most against your people wishing to explore the ruins, which is interesting because those ruins have been playgrounds of the children for years. They're nothing special to us. We don't hold them by any regard. But he put up quite the fight, but he was outnumbered.
Do any adults go to the ruins? Has anyone explored them as of late besides ourselves, besides the children?
Not that I'm aware. No, I am certain that they've probably been visited by the curious few, but we have not had any concerted efforts at investigating them. No, we keep ourselves quite busy here in town, surviving.
Jal, correct, Councilman Jal?
Yes.
If you don't mind, I looked at the other two and I kind of like look for their approval as I say this, but if you don't mind, I'm going to leave my communication device with you. If you see Tech or Liar doing anything that raises concern, could you please just let us know while we're on planet here?
I am not comfortable spying on my own people, unfortunately.
It's not spying as much as noticing. If you see them do something blatant.
They
I'm gonna kind of like raise a hand and just be like, it's if you need our help, if they
Yes.
do something that might harm you or
Or
any
if
of the townsfolk.
If the
Kai
Jaffa
or
appear in town.
Kai or her. Oh, Kai or her, make me a persuasion check at advantage.
Oh heck yes.
Herb, what's your persuasion? Because mine's only plus one.
I'm at -1. Oh no, sorry, I'm at 0.
I'll do plus one
So-
then. I'll take it.
So this is actually a 19 because I forgot to edit it again.
Oh, nice. I will. If the Jafar appear, I will definitely. I will certainly notify you. And he holds out his hand for the TACOM.
I gave him a quick overview of how to like just press the button and make sure you're in the right channel, all that fun stuff.
Sure. And he tucks it into his robe. And if there is nothing else, I was quite serious about it being dinner time, yes?
Yes, please go enjoy.
and he shuffles off.
So it's good to know that we have someone on the inside now, but it's concerning that we have cultists of sort that want Ares to return. I say we go to the ruins. I don't think there's much else we can do here in town. Going to the library seems like a waste of time to me.
I agree.
Well, I mean, going to a library is never a waste of time. There's tons of stuff we can.
It's a waste
learn,
of time.
I definitely give you
Especially-
finger guns at that. Just
But there is the slightly disconcerting thing he said about the gate.
that they're watching it.
No, the thing that they said after that. That it opened up about an hour ago?
Was that no? We've only been on planet for 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Well, we left 2.5 hours ago.
To clarify, because time might be getting a little bit wonky, he was speaking of when you returned through the gate.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I
Okay.
assumed.
I assumed that too, but then I realized like that's double the duration, and that would also be the perfect time for them to leave. So like,
So I vote we send an update to the Marines to give to PK, and then we head to the ruins.
So you go ahead.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific you want to say to the general, or do you just want to send a general update? Ah.
I definitely think I feel at this point we've had pro words established of like instead of saying we're going to the ruins, like we're going to the gingerbread house or whatever. But
Sure.
like we're letting them know that we're heading in that direction, and that if they have any updates, just let us know.
Who can guess which of us has actually been in the military?
Hey.
He's actually on the other side of you on my screen.
He's over there. So, sorry, here, over there.
Wherever I am.
Yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, you pass along the message and you start heading off towards the. So it's early bird special dinner time. It's definitely not late enough that you're concerned about getting dark. It's only about maybe 40 minutes traverse to the ruins themselves out of town. And you make your way that way. As you start to approach the familiar grounds leading up to the ruins, what would you like? How would you like to approach?
I think cautiously and looking for any signs of disturbances, like any.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Sure.
Yeah.
So give me some whoever's the best at survival. I'm guessing.
I've got a 3.
Yeah.
I've got a 3 as well.
Got a 0, so
So it's
Could I
not
do
Spud.
a nature check to see, like, looking at the underbrush and stuff and trying to, like, track things?
Nature is more trying to figure out things about nature itself. Survival
yeah, that makes
is
sense.
seeing things going through it.
I can do it. I have a +3 if anyone else wants to do it, though. It's
I mean, I will. Yeah, just give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm just gonna update all these skills that I got. This sweet +1. Okay, you said survival, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. Nice. I'm just gonna go take that Eureka point right now.
Yeah. I mean, nothing stands out in terms of anybody moving through here recently.
I'm just distracted. Like I keep looking at the ground and like, oh yeah, I'm looking for like shell casings and look at this architecture. It just
That tracks. That tracks.
when we were, because we only spent 6 hours on planet before. When we were in
Yes.
the ruins, did we do extensive diving into them, or was it more like?
So you did not. So your job on the last mission was to be the patrol, and Herb, you were there kind of to do a little bit more of the studies. So you were involved with the scientists in the base. Kai and Spud, you guys were probably just kind of like chilling off to the side and not
Right.
doing too much.
I
Herb,
imagine I was like nose deep in like some like minor bit of minutia that like needed like better clarification. or something.
yeah, and I mean, it's stuff that is fascinating to you, but there was no huge revelations. I will say this appears to be you believe remnants of possibly Asgardian technology, but it's very early in the investigations to see, but that is your current working theories.
Okay.
Being that I learned from the Nox and they're part of the Big Four,
Mhm.
would I recognize anything to help determine more that it's Asgardian in nature?
Let's see here. I will have you roll a science check for me. Culture check. Sorry, culture.
Even better.
Yeah.
Not great.
So you skipped that day of class? No, just like so things that they started to pull out. They're hinting at it being Asgard. You're looking at it and you're like, it's definitely advanced technology, but the Nox were not huge into
On technology,
Yeah,
yeah.
they were not huge on technology, so it just doesn't ring any bells.
Okay. I think at that point, if we don't see anything, I think my thought process is just keep moving forward and start approaching.
All right. So as you approach the ruins, clearly there's some equipment still set up, like there's some workbenches and some lights and everything that you guys left behind in your quick retreat last time. You do see signs of actually no, you rolled horribly survival, so you don't see signs really of the battle that you know took place there, because you were literally just here 3 hours ago now, 4 hours ago, something like that. um it is quiet, um but you do not see anything readily out of place.
Were there casualties on both sides? Did any of the Jaffa get killed when the
Great.
attack happened?
Great question. Yes, you definitely were able to take out several of the Jaffa, or you think you did. They went down.
So they sent a sanitation crew to get rid of the bodies while we were gone.
Well, they
that-
can be regenerated, right?
Yeah. So your guess is either yes, somebody dragged away the bodies, or they were not fatal wounds and their symbiote
Okay.
managed to heal them.
Okay.
It's hard to tell for sure.
How deep did we get, or how deep did the excavation crew get before the attack happened?
Great question. So the team itself had been in like the first level down in this complex that you had found, for lack of better terminology, and Aringo had actually signaled to you all that there was a Jaffa patrol coming, and at that point you immediately rounded up the scientists to get off world, because those were your standing orders, is that if there was any severe resistance, to get the civilians out and reassess from there. So
do we leave any like technology behind or any like supplies behind that are no longer there, or is everything still where we left it?
give me an investigation check. And Herb, you remember, 22. It's really hard to tell, but like there's a there were some generators there. They're still there and running. Like it's not like you guys were using super fancy technology.
Okay.
And if you were, you wouldn't have left them behind.
So like just a diesel generator like off in the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Is there any Jaffa technology that got left behind on accident?
With that check, you find that there is not any technology, but you do find a piece of what looks very much to you like a piece of Jaffa helmet armor.
Okay.
It seems to have shattered off.
I'm definitely going to grab that and keep that for
Sure.
proof later on.
Sure. And Herb, you remember the last thing that you guys had gotten to was actually a sealed door within the ruins.
And that was around the same area that Aringo was at?
So you guys were down inside, and Aringo was doing a patrol around as a scout. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So like the Jaffa came from the
Yeah,
outside.
they did.
then.
Yeah, they came from the
Okay,
outside.
okay.
Correct.
So we haven't really talked about it much, but I think I'm going to turn to Herb because you were the one that was going down with the other scientists and say, like, how far did you get? What were you doing before they approached?
We found a sealed door. I mean, we were in the middle of discussing whether or not the door looked more Goa'uldi or more Asgardian, and then Ringo whistled. I'm still of the camp that it's Asgardian personally, but
I wonder if whatever you guys were investigating is what set off the Jaffa patrol.
well, if the door is sealed and they were coming back, could we have just been what is it you call it, Spud? A target of opportunity?
That's a good way to put it.
I mean, I think our best bet is to try to. How would you call it, Spud? Breach the door?
Oh, I have something for this. I'm just going to take out 2 bricks of C4.
Where did
I
you
got
get
talked
those?
out of using this last time. What?
Is that
You just had those the whole time?
is that
Yeah.
spicy Play-Doh?
It is spicy Play-Doh.
No,
Yes,
it's
Ah.
not.
he can eat it. It's safe. I mean, he'll get sick, but
I may have
They're just
drank some overseas. It's fine.
just
So
gonna like put it away again, and it's gonna be like I got talked out of it last time because there is the chance that the Naquita in there, well, if it's truly Goa'uld technology, would basically make this worse. But I still say it's Asgardian, which is totally safe.
So it's a
see.
50-50 shot, essentially.
No, it's more like a. Do you play roulette?
But I don't care about the odds of that. What are the odds that breaching through this is going to help us find our missing man?
Well, I mean,
Because I think those
are you actually asking for the odds, or are you just saying like what are the odds like as an expression? Because I can't actually give you the odds because I don't know all the variables.
Yeah, I figured.
So
I'm just saying.
I
That's
would
what matters.
I would say that if they were returning and we were a target of opportunity, they might be returning to whatever's behind that door,
Mhm.
which makes me believe a Ringo would be behind that door.
unless I was right, and I know the GM said I wasn't, but unless I was right, and it turns out he's now off-world because they activated the gate again. But I mean, best working theory is that he's behind that door. Hopefully not directly, because I have 4 bricks of this stuff.
You have 4 of those?
I mean, yeah.
Do we have anything to set it off from a distance, or are we just going in hot?
I'm just gonna take out the detonator. Just
Careful.
oh no, it's not hooked up. It's det cord goes in here, and then
I know how it works.
Oh, okay.
I just wasn't sure if you did.
Of course I do.
I'm just
I'm a
making
trained
sure.
scientist.
You didn't tell us you had 4 bricks of C4.
I learned this in science school.
Hey, first off, rapid oxidation is something we learned in science class, but well, you never asked. Like, I was in the requisition area, like filling out the paperwork. I didn't see you there.
You still do paperwork? I just take it from the clinic.
Oh, they really don't like it when you do that. I took a pen from there once. The doctor refused to like not lay off of me for like a week.
I guess it's because I work there. They like me. I don't know.
That well, I also complain a lot when they stick me because do they really need that much blood? We're off topic.
Yes, we are.
So should I go try to breach the door?
I think it's our best bet right now. So we got to be ready for what's going to happen next.
Is there anything else we can find before we go and blow things up, or are we just crossfading to that?
there does not appear for the things that you have checked so far. The checks you have rolled, there is nothing else, no new information.
Okay. I think I'm going to set up security and suggest that Spud joins me while Herb sets up the breach device.
All right, so Herb, as you head down into the ruins and you're kind of trotting towards this door, it looks different. It's no longer a stone door. It's very similar stylings on it, but it's very clearly a metal door now. And there appears to be door controls next to it.
I have some good news and some bad news.
Good news.
I guess the bad news depends on which side of history you're on.
Did you forget the IV bag to use to make sure it's a directional charge, or?
No.
Oh, okay.
The stone door is gone.
Good. So we can just go in?
Well, there's now just a metal door, and it has like a panel.
That's less good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The bad news is I'm not going to have to use the C4.
Roger. What's on the panel?
I'm assuming they're numbers or letters.
Yeah,
say to the GM.
there are symbols. Yeah.
What type of letters and symbols?
They appear to be Goa'uld symbols.
Bad news. I think I lost that bet.
Which one? The one we did last Friday at the poker game?
No,
or...
the Goa'uld one. There's Goa'uldy symbols here. Actually, this would be a lot easier if you guys just came down and took a look.
But you can read gold, correct?
I may or may not have been timing how long it took for you guys to talk over the comms before you decided to head into it. But yeah,
Well, I kind of figured they were going to be like on their way.
Yeah. I mean, now that we don't have to.
So-
I've been standing there with my shotgun pointing long
Yeah.
range, like expecting it to do anything. Just
so the three of you are now at the door.
Yes.
It does appear at the door. So, Spud, the first thing that you notice about it, because you are intimately familiar with Goa'uld technology, having been a servant of Goa'uld for much of your life, is that this appears to be a I don't want to say like it appears to be like a temporary emplacement. Like it's a barrier that was erected. It is something that is designed to secure a hallway, not necessarily be part of a bigger structure. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. It's just it was built here for a gate or something, but it's not part of the rest of this area. It's not part of the rest of the structure, so to speak.
Wait, are you telling me that they already blew up the door and built a new one?
It's possible. Maybe there was a stone door and it was replaced with this metal door.
I saw it. I actually took samples of it. Well, not important right now.
All right.
can
so,
we look for like fingerprints on the panel to see what numbers are touched the most?
Yeah, is that possible?
How forensic can we get with
I was
this?
gonna say that's a little more Sherlock and a little less
Yeah.
Stargate, but
We don't have some Scotch tape.
I'll allow. Let's get me an investigation check for that.
I'll go for it. I have a good one.
Well, does anybody know Aries' birthday?
Yeah.
Like, can we just like?
It's probably Beyonce's birthday, honestly, but
Sorry, I think I just broke Rob.
So you approach the panel and you look and you do not see any indication of anything. No.
Hold on. Let the science man at it.
Herb, so you don't find any fingerprints on it or any markings like that, but as you go up and you start investigating it, you're like, oh, this is like the test lock. I can do this. So you are capable of, with a science check, attempting to get past this lock.
Okay. Hold on. I think, if I remember correct, red is ground for Goa'uld tech. Hold on.
So yeah, you
hold on. Wait. Hold on. I want to take a look at my skills here because I remember I have a thing.
Oh, you have a thing for
that
science,
I can
yeah.
use. Yeah.
Oh yes, I believe it is the Eureka points, right?
Yeah, the scientific discovery hyperfocus.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so I can add a D10 to this, but that's what I wanted to know. I can do this after I learn the results of the roll. So, you were saying?
So you spend about 5 minutes on it, and you are not making much progress. You don't think you have damaged the lock, but it is not sliding open as all of the test locks have in the past.
Does a 20 do it?
And just at the last minute, you're like, oh, blue goes here. And the door hisses open. And there is a tunnel ahead of you. It appears to be worked, it's actually metal walls with some Asgardian symbols very clearly Asgardian symbols on the wall. And
the bed.
lights along the hallway as well, and it kind of goes in and it stretches down into the dark. Well, not dark because there's lights on, but
So just briefly, I forget the main reason why we're here, and I start taking photos, like with whatever I have to like take photos with.
sure.
And then I just kind of come back to look at Spud, and I'm like,
I believe this is 2003 now, so it's like an overly sized digital camera that has 4
Yeah.
megapixels.
Can you do that? Don't do that without the flash. You're gonna give us away.
So
Okay,
how?
well,
What are you going? What's your next step?
I say it's just a long hallway, correct?
It appears to be just a long hallway from where you can see where you are. Yes.
I say we just let the Marines know and head on in.
All right. So
we should also probably let them know to watch out for any scouts from the town.
Fair.
Like not to kill them, mind you, just to be aware that could
Got
be
it.
a precursor.
Make that very a strong point, because Marines just make sure it's a strong point.
So
making.
you pass that information along, and you start heading off down the tunnel, and I am going to bring you guys to your first battle map.
We're
Okay.
on a map now.
So yes, you have this tunnel. It appears to there are two doors. There is a door here and a door here,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
there is a tunnel going off to your left here.
Yeah.
There's three doors. Sorry, there's another one down here.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah. All the way at the top, right?
Yeah, I wasn't zoomed out enough on my map to see it easily.
Yeah, I had to scroll up a little bit. With
So
almost no caution, I'm just gonna like take a step forward and then kind of like just to like stand near Spud, as I kind of like motion toward the first door on our right.
all right.
All right.
Remind me your passive perceptions. So,
12. Oh, sorry, no, that's better now. 13.
Mine is also 13.
I think mine is just 10.
So Kai and Herb, you hear some noise coming from around this corner, just like shuffling of feet.
I'm definitely going to give a hand signal that I think is right, but it's definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
What
that?
truck?
You
I just point to the corner.
Yeah,
Oh,
you should
yeah,
just
yeah.
you should just pointed the first time.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like kind of poke Spud and be like, I also hear some shuffling up there.
Okay. I guess I'd probably want to try to peek around that corner with
All right.
my weapon in hand.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Oh man, that is fantastic! Oh,
There it goes.
And don't mind the turn order popping up in front of you.
Yeah.
you said it was going to be 3 1s, right? Just double check.
I did say 3.
Okay, yeah,
So
just,
All right.
just checking.
He advised.
So I'm gonna move your token up to the corner where you said you were going.
Yep.
And I believe, yeah, you can see partly what's around the corner. So you get up there and you peek around, and there are two Jaffa warriors standing there, and they just look back at you. And there's this moment, because you're like the first thing they see is your matak, and they see your god symbol, and then they squint at you. Jaffa! And let's roll some initiative.
All right.
But just before they say Jaffa, I'm going to look over at our doctor and just be like, hey, do you think it's going to go well?
With my 4, I'm going to say no.
So the way that played out was you asked that, then you heard Jaffa, and then Kai goes, no.
Oh boy.
All right. So yeah, Herb, you are up first.
Okay, so let's see. I have a movement speed of 6, so I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
And you do
Oh,
have line
shit.
of sight.
I should have gotten a silencer, but
I didn't know that was an option.
I believe it is actually.
I believe. I can look it up. Not that it matters to you right now, but
Yeah. I'm wondering if I want to shoot that guy or if I want to try to just cover this door in the event someone comes out. I think I'm going to shoot that guy. That's my plan.
I actually do not see a silencer in the in the document. But all right, so you're going to. I'm sorry. What was your action that you were taking?
I'm about to shoot this guy.
All right.
Let's hope it works.
22
man.
definitely hits.
Good news, guys. I got him in the shoulder.
So you just hear
grazed the shoulder.
the crack of the handgun, and just a ting as it hits the shoulder armor, just as the helm. Actually, it's not their turn yet, so that doesn't happen. But yeah, Spud, that is you.
Right. Okay. Well, I've got my talk.
Yeah.
So,
And you're actually in range of what?
I am in range, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna blast him.
That seems fair.
5.
Oh,
So
man.
you lower the Matak and just shoot, and it just slams into the wall right next to the Jafa's head.
Oh boy.
Oh man, out of game. Way to do your people proud, because that is exactly what happens in the show.
So true. So yeah, that didn't go the way that you had anticipated. I'm just looking up. I just want to see that recharge rule.
Yeah, recharge 1, shock 1 meter. I don't think that
the shockwave is.
it missed.
Oh, it has a shockwave. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was like the because correct me if I'm wrong, but don't the Matok staffs have like a stun head or something?
No, that's the Zetnikatel.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I know that one. If you shoot them, oh no, that's right. It's just usable as a melee weapon. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I do have a melee option. I kind of want to just run up to these guys and get a melee range, honestly.
I mean, you can still move, right?
Yeah, I
so
can.
You do not have to take an action to recharge it next turn, but you cannot use it next turn.
Right.
So
Okay,
that's what the
that makes
recharge
sense.
means.
Right.
I just wanted to confirm that's what it was. So it is now
You can
their
melee on
turn.
your off turn. Wow. Okay.
He has as a Beretta.
Okay. Well, I suppose next time what we should do is get into firing lines. Then you fire, hand me the gun, I hand you the next one.
Okay.
They've used that technique on the show.
That does not surprise me.
And this guy is going to drop his Matak back towards you, and he's going to take a shot at you, Spud.
Okay.
I know,
and he's
I
going
know,
to
really
crit.
Wish you had moved. Oh
Yep.
man.
That's a crit.
Deals 13 points of damage to you. And now I do want to just quickly look up that. 'Cause you said it has
Shock 1 meter.
shock
That's
1.
what it says here.
Shockwave. Strikes a target. All characters within the noted range must pass a DC. So I need you, Herb, to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Can it be intelligence instead?
It cannot.
Oh.
no.
You are knocked prone.
Okay.
Gonna put a prone symbol on yourself under the. You can use the little
Yeah,
eyeglass
that's what I'm
looking
doing
thing.
right now.
Just find one. I don't care which one you use. And this one is going to step up, and he's going to swing his Matak at you.
Oh, he's fancy.
15. Does that hit you?
No, I have a 21 AC.
So you. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So he swings, and you just bring your staff up and block it. So that is their turn. Kai, you are up.
Finally, okay. I have a movement speed of 6. I'm gonna go 1, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now I can kind of see a bit more. Can I shoot around
Yes.
Spud?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt to shoot with my dart gun.
Interesting. Okay. So that is.
A 9.
Unfortunately, a 9 is going to miss.
I thought so.
Yeah.
And then that's all I'm gonna be able to do right now. Yeah, I'll hold off from there. Okay.
All right. So we're back to the top of the order, and that's you, Herb.
Okay. So, after being on the receiving end of a shockwave.
Yep.
So getting up, I'm not gonna like provoke or anything because of where I am, right?
Yeah, correct, and it's just half your movement to stand.
Okay, so that gives me 3 squares. So, Well, he can't fire again, actually. So I'm gonna go. I actually am just gonna stay here. I'm just gonna shoot
Sure.
him again.
Sure.
I'm actually gonna go after this guy this time. The guy that's in
Okay.
front of Valiant.
Yep. Go ahead and roll that attack.
Okay.
17 hits.
Yeah.
3 damage this time.
Oh man, so much better. Roll the 2.
You're really hurting him here.
Hey, say what you will, but you know what? Paper cuts sting when you wash your hands.
You're right.
Spud, you're up.
All right. Well, time to engage in melee with my weapon. 23.
That is,
so
yeah, that's a hit. So 8 points of damage to this guy in front of you. So you kind of spin his staff weapon down and bring up the back end and just clock him right upside the head.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh right, we're in a show. That's way more cinematic.
And Kai, this one is now bloodied for you.
Thank you.
You asked me to tell you that.
Yes.
So it is their turn now. So this guy is going to come up to here, and they're both going to swing at you, Spud. Let's see how this goes for him. 21, just enough to hit you. So he takes it across the face, and he brings his back up, and it slams you in the stomach.
Nice.
And then the second one, 18, that's going to miss. So it brings it down, and again, you just bring your staff weapon up and block it. So Kai, that is you.
Okay. Is it cool to move to this like half square here?
Yes, I'll allow. Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to use my special skill organ targeting, and I'm going to target this guy's organ here with my combat knife and see how it goes. Nope.
Sorry, just imagine you over there just like, time to harvest some organs. Slice.
Herb, you're up.
Ah.
So you stab out with your combat knife, and it just slides right off the plate armor.
I just aim for his stomach and forget that he has the Gould in there. That did nothing.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, I am not crazy enough to get into melee range with these guys, and now one of those guys can fire their Matok, so I'm going to back up a meter.
Yep.
And then I'm going to fire at the guy right in front of me, dead forward.
That's a miss, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So you back up and you take a shot, and it just bounces off of the armor. Spud.
I'm probably like scrambling back to get away from the blast I imagine's coming in and kind of firing wildly, I guess.
All right. Well, trying again.
Yep. That's a hit.
Hey.
And so you have the staff weapon blocked on yours. You once again you spin it off your weapon, and you just bring your staff down on top of this first guy's head and crack him in the skull, and he slumps to the ground like a bag of potatoes.
Hey.
Good.
I imagine this is every combat we do is just the two of us trying really hard and Spud taking care of it.
Teal. All right. It is now their turn. And the first thing that happens is you guys hear the hiss of a door opening.
I don't like that.
Oh.
I got this one, guys.
And this guy is going to he's going to swing at you again, Spud.
I just picture you, Herbert,
16.
holding the door closed,
No.
like, no.
So just swings at you, and again, you're just blocking. Like, after that first hit, you're just kind of like, no.
Yeah, denied.
But then this guy steps into the hallway up here and takes a shot at you, Spud. Oh! 23 to hit. So that's 13 more damage to you.
All right. I'm not looking great here.
What are you talking about? You look amazing.
And Herb, this one's going to take a shot at you from behind. 14, does that hit?
That doesn't.
So you hear the door hiss, and you're like, What was that? And you turn as an energy blast just whips by your face and into the wall.
I'll just like fix my glasses and like.
And that is their turn. Kai, you are up.
Realizing that I'm a pacifist and I'm just spending too much time around Spud, I'm putting my weapons away and going to heal Spud
Nice.
using my med kit.
Oh right, I can't attack them. I'm a pacifist.
So that's going to be
a pacifist with a skill called organ harvest.
It's technically part of cadaver work. It's going to be 1d8 of healing. Well, it's something.
All right, so you get 3
Yes.
hit points back.
I do appreciate the effort.
Any movement from you, Kai?
I don't think so. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to go to
All right.
all the way up there.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, Herb, you're up.
Cool. I'm going to position myself 1, 2, and then buckle my shoe to that guy. Hey,
12
whiff again.
is a miss, yes.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you're nervous. You're just like, clap, blam, 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 blam.
I have never been shot at more on any mission than today.
Spud, you're up.
Yeah. Well, I've got no choice here. Let's go with the melee. 19.
Yeah, that's a hit. And this one is now bloodied for you, Kai, just so you know.
I'm going to harvest those organs.
Went so well the first time. So yeah,
I'm
you
only
just
a pacifist when they're not bloodied.
yeah, you're just spinning the stabs around, and you're beating the living heck out of these guys.
Yeah.
All right, so it is their turn. So he is going to go ahead and take a swing at you, Spud. Let's see how that goes. Not well at all.
Mm.
This one is going to step up to you, Kai, and take a swing at
What
you.
one? Oh, I didn't even see that one. Okay, hi.
I was wondering why you were going up there.
I
23
thought
to
he was
hit.
going up there to like try to like be like, I learned so much from you, Spud.
So
Like,
you're backing up, and you just feel a Matok staff just slam into your spine, and you take 13 points of damage.
Yeah, ow.
And then this one is going to step out and take a swing at you, Herb.
Is it too late to ask that you not? I'm going to say to him as he comes up.
Only deals 4
yeah,
damage to you.
Okay, well, I mean,
Still not
take it.
great.
How much damage is that so far total?
To me or
Yeah, to you.
that's actually the first time I've been hit.
Okay, cool. Cool. All right, so that is their turn. Kai, you are up.
I'm going to just swing around and just wildly fire my shotgun at whatever just hit me.
That seems like a legitimate tactic to me. So this is an automatic weapon, I believe. Is that correct?
Do it.
It
Do it.
is.
Do it.
I'm going to shoot it because my strength's only +1, so I'm going to do an extra
So the way that automatic works is you can hold the trigger down and keep letting loose with this weapon, shooting as many rounds as you want until the magazine is empty. For every 10 shots, you get to add a tension die worth of damage on top of the normal damage. Now, something I'm a little unclear about, and I'm looking it up right now, is if you roll the damage for each of those 10 bullets, or if it's just you're expending multiple rounds of ammunition to get to the point.
I think so. So me like thinking about it, it makes sense that it's the tension die is the extra bullets.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Okay, we're
Yeah.
gonna go with that, and I do apologize to Wyvern Gaming if I just got that wrong.
Well,
I mean, otherwise he's spending what? What's the damage die on?
Yeah, no,
on
it's
a
it's
shotgun?
1d8, so that would
Yeah.
be 10d8
Yeah,
plus
no, so that can't be
1d10.
right.
Yeah.
So
No,
the
10
tension,
10d8 plus 10d10.
the tension
Yeah.
of this mission is up to a D10 at this point. No,
So
it's a
I'm-
D8. I'm sorry, it's only a D8.
Oh, it's d8. Okay.
Yes.
Oh man.
Let me fix that then, because mine has this d10 right now.
Yes,
Yeah, me too.
you guys talked your way out of something that would have made it more tense.
Cool. I'm going to do that. I'm going to expend 10 shots of my shotgun.
Yep. So you guys just hear a deafening. Actually, let's roll your attack.
Into the wall, I expend 10 shots of my shotgun.
So you guys hear a deafening. And the Jaffa just kind of looks at you.
Yeah, Kai, get him! Pink.
Speaking of which,
With my bonus action,
Yes.
though, I'm going to attempt to use my ability triage,
okay,
and I'm going to see if I can see what the HP of that injured Jaffa is right now.
okay. Is there
It's
any
a
check
medicine check for
Medicine
me
check.
to
Go
do.
ahead and roll it.
DC of 20. If I get it, I get to know their current and total HP as well as their total number of hit die they have remaining.
Excellent.
I don't, so I'm doing great this
I
round,
will
guys.
tell you that he looks severely injured.
Cool.
I'll give you that much.
Uh,
Herb.
Almost bloodied, you'd say?
He's no, that one's already bloodied.
Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna shoot the guy that came toward me.
Yep.
Unless, actually, hold on. Does that provoke a?
It does not provoke an attack of opportunity. I think you are
Okay.
rolling at disadvantage, though.
Hmm. Actually, in that case, if it's the same roll, I'm going to level my gun at him, reach behind, grab my combat knife, and try to stab this guy.
All right,
Because
sure.
that looked cool in a movie he saw once.
That is-
Hey,
that is a hit. So you deal
For-
three damage as you just slam your combat knife across his face, and just like a drip of blood comes down.
I instantly regret this decision.
Spud, you're up.
Okay, well, let's make the attack.
Let's save the day, Spud.
Yeah. 24.
Yeah, that's OM with 9 damage. Absolutely. So again, you just
Good.
swing your Matak around and just right across the face, and you hear a sickening noise as he slumps to the ground.
That
Very
didn't
good.
sound healthy.
It
It's
is
not
now
meant to be.
their turn. Unless, actually, do you want to take movement, Spud?
I mean, I'm planning on using some plasma next turn, so I don't.
All right.
uh,
So you're just going to chill there?
well, I'm gonna move to get within range of the one up here.
Okay.
just gonna move up
So, yeah, go for it. So he's
here.
going to swing at you, Herb.
That hits. Yeah.
That's 12 points of damage as he swings and slams his staff weapon into you. And Kai, 11. I don't think hits you.
That does not hit, no.
So he swings at you and you duck, and it just slams into the wall above your head.
That
Yeah.
also didn't sound healthy.
And Kai, that is your turn now.
I think as I duck down, I'm going to spring back up as soon as I hear the sound hitting the wall and just try to stab at him with my combat knife.
Sure. That is a hit. We're 7 points of damage. Very nice.
Is that max damage? Okay.
Yeah, that's
I was
max
like,
damage.
That's not a critical.
So as you come back up, you just kind of slide it between the armor plates and just deal quite a bit of damage there.
I'm just as surprised as everyone else.
Herb, that's you.
Yeah. Seeing that, I'm totally not going to be able to emulate that. But I think I am going to try. Okay, so can I move here without provoking?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to move here, and my plan is to draw him closer to Spud for when
Sure.
he does get the plasma charge, and then I'm going to try to stab this guy from the direction he was not expecting in front of him.
And that's
I
a hit.
again.
We're
So you
finally
just-
moving up in the world.
So you just slash again, and you manage to cut him again across the forearm as he brings his arm up, and he just kind of glares at you.
It's so much easier when you can think of these guys as cadavers.
Spud, you're up.
All right, plasma at the one
By Kai?
up north of me. Yep.
All right. Come on, no way. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Full whammy.
I can't even be nice and give you advantage because your other roll was a 6.
Yeah,
Man,
that's my turn.
that is. Oh.
All right. It is their turn now. So
I definitely turn back and say, "You're supposed to hit him, Spud."
I know.
So this one does
Oh, I
6
thought he
points of
was aiming at
damage
you.
to you, Kai, as he
No, good.
slams the staff weapon into your torso.
Exactly what I wanted to hear.
And this one is going
No
to
whammy, no
attack
whammy.
you. No whammy.
Yeah.
Just swings at you, and you pull what Kai just did. You duck underneath the staff weapon, and it slams into the wall. Kai, you are up.
I don't feel great.
You don't look healthy.
I think I'm going to try the shotgun again.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do another tension die.
How many shots?
I have 40 remaining.
That's right. It's a round of. It's a.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah. Go for it.
magazine of 50 for some reason.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. So for
Nope.
firing automatic, is that he fires 11 bullets or he fires 10?
No. 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still missed.
All right.
I'm just not good with firearms.
Herb,
come
you're
from a
up.
primitive
So
culture
just
and-
like you're just hearing this thunder.
Well, Kai has to be doing well. He's never fired that many bullets before in his life. Okay, is it possible for me to disarm the Jaffa, like with my combat knife, like attack his wrist so that he drops the matak?
I don't know if there's a disarm mechanic here. Let me search for it real quick. Oh.
I imagine it would be in 5th ed, to be honest.
I know it's a
You-
feat kind
Yeah,
of thing.
you need
in
a feat
fifth.
in order to do so.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to attempt to do that, but not actually succeed and just do damage.
Sure.
And also
Oh,
not do that.
I take that back. I'm sorry.
Oh, there
When
is?
you want to grab an item from an opponent's grip or simply knock it from the hands, you can use the attack action to make a special melee attack and disarm. You try to seize the item by making a disarm check instead of an attack roll. It's an athletics check contested by my athletics or acrobatics. So, yeah, you can
Okay.
make an athletics. Go ahead
Well,
and make
good,
that roll.
'cause
I'm
I
just,
know
yeah, I'm
that
just
other
going to
one
ignore
missed.
that. I never saw it.
cool. Thank you. Does a 12?
All right. Let's see here.
Also, I'm just gonna
16.
yeah.
So
I
you
was
take
just
the.
gonna say, out on a limb, I'm just gonna guess a matak is not a common weapon. But anyways, go ahead.
It's not, no. But all that means is you lose your proficiency bonus on it.
Yeah.
So you slam your combat knife in and kind of like do this cool twist move that Spud taught you, and you're like, haha!
I have. Oh,
Speaking of Spud,
can I actually also
oh,
make
yes.
a movement?
yes.
I'm gonna move to here,
All right,
which
so
I believe provokes.
it does. Yes, he's gonna
Yeah.
take an attack of opportunity against you, but misses.
Hey! Fantastic.
All right. So Spud, that's you.
Well, I'm going to cover Kai
Thank you.
and going to melee. 14.
Nice. 14 hits,
There we go. 11 damage.
and that was enough.
Thank you.
So you just kind of charge down the hall and just right up under his chin, just one quick little jab, and his head snaps back and he slumps back to the ground.
I picture this is all just happening as I'm blindly shooting, and I think I did something when I look with my eyes. My eyes are
So
closed
you're-
while I'm shooting.
You're
It is now
absolutely closing
their
your eye.
turn. And seeing that, the Jaffa is actually going to make a plasma blast against you, Spud, from down the hall, but he is at disadvantage because he is out of range. So that's a 12 to hit, which misses. So you just listen as a plasma bolt just slams down the hallway and you turn around and you see the Jaffa just kind of aiming his
Yeah.
weapon at you.
Great.
But that's all they can do. Kai, that's you.
I think I'm going to try to take the matak off of the Jaffa that just fell.
All right, you successfully pick up the talk.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do that, and then
That's technically just interacting with an object, so you can still shoot at something if you would like.
I don't know if I want to do
Real
that or if I want to heal myself.
You can make a disadvantage plasma blast with the Machak at just your dexterity bonus to your roll.
Which is a 0.
So you can make a straight disadvantage check to see if you can hit the Jaffa down the hall.
Ooh.
You know what? Why not? Let's go
I was
for
gonna
it.
say, like, you can heal yourself afterward. Being boss is,
Yeah, let's
Kai-
go with it.
Sakai lifts the Matak up, aims it down the hallway, presses the trigger, and
Hey.
Wow.
With disadvantage, though.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh.
Eh?
slams into the chest of the Jaffa.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey.
Okay.
Roll
What's
me.
the damage on the Matak?
It is 3d6 plus 1.
Oh boy, howdy. Let's see. So I'm just gonna roll the Matak real quick and just see what the damage gives me. 10
And
damage.
what's funny is that's the minimum damage. Oh, just on one of the die. And this guy gets lifted up off his feet and slammed back onto the ground, and silence echoes throughout the hallway. I will say at this point we are running low on time, so we're going to do some quick narrations to wrap this up a bit. As you guys investigate this newly discovered section, you are finding quite quickly that this is not dusty as you would expect, Herb. It does appear to be a fairly commonly used area. In fact, if you were to investigate down the hall a bit, you find a back entrance, which you're suspecting at this point is how those Jaffa last time that ambushed you had gotten out of there to come around and ambush you. You seem to have cleared the Jaffa out at this point, and in one of the prison cells, you do find your friend,
Hey.
and you are able to help him. He's definitely injured. Roll me a medicine check, Kai. Let's see if you can help him here, if you have to wait till you get back.
Actually, before that happens,
Sure.
I'm just gonna check his stomach.
Yes, good.
Oh, I was like, for what?
Because I saw
Yeah.
that episode of SG-1.
There is, so as you're doing it, he's kind of like looking at you funny, and he like slapping your hand away a bit, but no, there is
He's
no
ticklish.
symbiote.
Okay, cool.
And 21, yeah, so you are able to heal him up a bit. So he's able to kind of walk out. And you find in one of the storage, or in storage, it's on one of the desks in there, you do find indications that that Lyre and Tech have been working with this Jaffa group, which are fairly new to the planet. They appear to have arrived after Phoenix Company did. But they are trying to reintroduce the system lord control over this planet. But for now, your mission is complete, and you are returning to Phoenix base, successful, alive, more or less in one piece, and successfully completing a mission. You gain a mission point.
Cool.
Congratulations. So
Somehow I survived that.
Yeah.
So that was a introduction session to Stargate the RPG by Weinberg Gaming. It's coming out this summer. They are just awaiting final approval of all the rights and all that legalese stuff that they are going through. It's an amazing system in my opinion. It's got a lot of nuance to it. It's 5e, but it's got a lot of flavors on top of 5e. Stargate's one of my favorite franchises out there, so I'm very excited to continue playing this with a living series as soon as they release it. But yeah, you can find more details about Stargate the RPG at stargatetherpg.com, where you can go ahead and pre-order yourself a hard copy of the book. I'm not sure if they have them up for pre-order, if it was just a Kickstarter exclusive, but I have a nice leather-bound edition coming because I can't help myself. But yeah, so I hope that the three of you had fun with this adventure, and I hope everyone goes and checks out StargateTheRPG.com and supports Wyvern Gaming in this awesome adventure. You can find me on Twitch at McPherson's Lair. I do a bi-weekly Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. And you can also find me on Twitter at DM_McPherson. If you guys want to plug yourselves, if you have channels you would like to plug.
Well, I'm much like Rob. I also I do GM stuff. with Mastermind Adventures, and you can find me on Twitter at Mystery Mind RP.
Thank you all for joining us, and please enjoy the upcoming cast played game that's going to happen. Have a lovely afternoon and enjoy the rest of WonderCon.